Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Breach coming to you. Just finished my last day of work for this week on a 9-day haul. Honestly, I did it to myself, but my life at work right now is a little bit in the shitter. And I'm glad to have these 2 days off to kick back and relax. I'm going to drink some beer and come back to work all 100% again. But I think everybody's been paying attention to the WWE pay-per-view schedule. They made a little bit of a change. Over the Limit, which was a pay-per-view for WWE 12. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a pay-per-view for WWE from 2010 to 2012. It had a 3-year lifespan. Has been canceled. They're replacing it with the pay-per-view being renamed as Battlegrounds. Now, Over the Limit, to me, honestly, when I think of Over the Limit, I think of, I guess, Cena versus Batista. Would be 2010. Was that a Last Man Standing or a Falls Count Anywhere match? One or the other. Basically, Cena gave him the FU off the top of the car that was parked up there on the top of the ramp. I don't think they ever really played off the Over the Limit name that well. It just never really got over that well with me. Never really connected as like Over the Limit as being a real big show that I had to order. Off the top of my head, I think I have all 3 DVDs, but I don't think I have... Well, no, I don't have the Over the Limit one from 2012 yet. But, I mean, it just... never really caught on, like a lot of the names, like, Hell in the Cell, Bragging Rights, other names for other shows. They have history, or the names make sense when they're cutting themselves in a promo. I can never see anybody cutting a promo saying, like, I'll see you at Over the Limit, and, like, believing it. Over the Limit just doesn't even really, I don't even think of wrestling at all. I know that the logo they had built for it was like, the RPMs on a card. It was stupid. But Battlegrounds, as a name, has a lot of people talking. A lot of people thinking that what are they going to do to play off the name of Battlegrounds? And they just released the War Games DVD and Blu-ray set, which came out. I got mine. I honestly watched Disc 1. I loved every fucking match on it. Go out and buy that. I sat down and I popped in Disc 1 and I watched match 1. Press stop, I started it over, and I watched the first match again. The first War Games match is honestly worth the price of buying that DVD or that Blu-ray. That match is fucking awesome. It's everything about 80s wrestling. The Four Horsemen at their prime, the original Four Horsemen. Buy that, watch that match. If you want your money back, call me up and let me know. Fucking awesome. That's your review on the WCW War Games Blu-ray. I can't really make a whole video on it because I haven't watched this 2 and I haven't really fit in time to watch it. Something just came in the mail the other day. Oh, the ECW one. I want to start checking that out. But honestly, when you think about, Battleground, people thinking that they might bring back War Games. I know they've already started selling tickets to this pay-per-view. It's going to be in Buffalo, and when you see the seating chart, it doesn't really play off them having, 2 rings. But I've been thinking, they have a whole lot of trios teams out there right now with the Wyatts coming in, with the Shield on there, running full force. I know they've really, really pulled back on the Shield. They pulled the Antonio Cesaro curse, or maybe even the Miz curse on them. They put the title on them, which is supposed to signify them as the big deal. They're a trios group. They have the tag titles and the United States Championship, yet they can't get a win to save their life for some reason. I don't know. I have no clue what they're doing. I know they couldn't go undefeated forever. But they've been dropping some matches as of late and getting more disqualifications and just bad endings of matches for no apparent reason. I don't understand it. I don't know. But I'm just wondering if maybe they could pull off War Games, if they just make a slight change to it. That way they wouldn't have to do the 2 rings. Maybe they use one of these trios groups. I'm not real sure about the Wyatts. I don't even know what they're really doing for SummerSlam. I've heard that maybe Brad Wyatt is going to fight Kane in a one-on-one match. But then I've heard from a lot of other people that he's not even going to be the main guy of the group. He's going to be a wrestler, but he's going to be more like the manager unless they're really going to let him step in, and he is going to be the main guy. And let the other guys be the tag team, much like the Shield and Dean Ambrose. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I haven't seen enough. I want to see their matches and see how they pull this off. I can tell you right now that every time they're out there, I get sucked in. Them beating up Kane was pretty cool. Both times they did it. I really liked the one that they did on this week on Raw because, they pulled off the whole thing with Maddox saying that they weren't there, and then, Kane was out there, had his match, and we're coming. They did that fucking thing. I know it's stupid. I know it's a pre-tape. But that thing with the lantern bugs the shit out of me every time I do it. But yet I like it at the same time. They show him backstage. They have the lantern lit. He blows it out. And then a second later he walks out and he's got the lantern lit again. Does he blow it out and then light it again to walk out through the curtain? Doesn't make any sense to me. That entrance is awesome. I know I've heard for some people that when you go and you see it live, it sort of ruins it for you. That they don't really turn out all the lights in the arena. They just turn out the lights where they are. And the way they shoot it makes it look like it's dark. I don't know. People say you can see him clear as day. I'll have to check it out. First time I'll probably get to see him is August 12th here in Sacramento. Monday night at Raw invades Arco Arena. Last show before SummerSlam. It's going to be a big deal. But, are they going to play off of these trios that they've brought out and built up around and maybe do a War Games where they do a 3-on-3? I know when you think about the Shield, I think they've fought, honestly, about everybody. They fought Ryback, Sheamus, and Cena. They fought Ryback and Team Hell No. They fought Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus. They fought Mark Henry and the Usos. I think, when they count all their matches they've had, they fought just about anybody. They fought Christian and the Usos. Are they going to be able to build up another team of 3 guys and put them out there of something being fresh? We saw them fight at Elimination Chamber. We saw them at Royal Rumble. They came out at Royal Rumble, but they just came out during the Rock match. We saw them at WrestleMania. I for one, would love to see a War Games match. I know Triple H is a fan. I know he's been pushing to get it in there. The one roadblock is that, Vince doesn't like to use other people's ideas. If you're a WCW guy and you come there, it's going to be hard as hell to get pushed. He's not really going to want to take, the other ideas. He already gave us the Great American Bash. He sort of gave Dusty the pat on the back and said that it was a good idea. That pay-per-view ran for about 3 years before the Great American got cut off. And then 2009, we just got the Bash. And that was it, and it was over and done with after that. I don't know. Honestly, if you were to ask me what was going to happen, I don't think it's going to be. But I love that it's got people talking because, like I said, I love War Games matches. I wish I could have been a bigger fan when they were really at their peak, but I was a fan of them. At the end of that War Games, if you watch both discs, if you watch just 2, they get really bad at the end. And I was a fan of them at the time, thinking that it was one of the coolest things you could see. Looking back, they're the shits. No good. But, going back and getting this set and actually watching those first War Games matches, woo, daddy! That's awesome shit. I mean, that's something that we need to see in wrestling. Every once in a while they squeak through and they give us some blood here and there. Accidental. But they could do it. They could pull it off in this PG era, giving us something big that we like. It's nothing much more different than the freaking, Elimination Chamber. Nothing much more different than the Hell in a Cell. And both of those matches have lived on through this PG era. All it is basically a match that you have to make somebody submit in once everybody gets in there. It's tap outs, submissions, having somebody throw in the towel. There's no pinfalls, no disqualifications. You can work around those parameters. War Games could live on in WWE. Just we have to get Vince McMahon to see that this is something that we want. Battleground, perfect name, perfect pay-per-view, perfect timing. I don't know who you're going to put in there. That's up to you guys. I'm just a fan saying that I want to see it. Have fun, guys. Peace out. I'm drinking Coke now. Call me in an hour. We'll be drinking some beer.